to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Rational Investor. This is Julian, reporting in from Bangkok, Thailand, in the sleeveless shirt. Brian likes to say the gun show. We're not going to show too much today. Maybe I'll save it for the end. If you watch till the end, there might just be a not very impressive gun show, okay? Listen, this is all natural. If you're on Instagram, you're used to everyone being on steroids and all this stuff. I am taking nothing but chicken and some beef and pork and broccoli and salad and eggs. That's it. That's my diet. And I also can run 5 kilometers pretty quickly. So, you know, it's not all about the guns. It's about being healthy. So everybody out there that's like, oh, you have to get big, you have to do this, do that. It's not really about that. It's about being healthy at the end of the day. So there's my little fitness advice. Welcome everyone. Sorry that we're late. We're like 8 minutes late. Big problem was I had to change my shirt. I was wearing like the same one as last week, so needed to change it, have a little bit of variety to show that I own more than one shirt. So Chris reminded me to do that. That took a little bit of time, and you know we got distracted talking about a couple things. But welcome everybody. I'm gonna go to the YouTube and pull up the chat so I can interact with you guys. You know, that's the reason I love to do this. Big part of my focus here. That's what makes it fun, interacting with you guys. Let me just adjust here. Oh, look at how the white on this screen helps like illuminate my face a little bit better. Look at that. That's good. Okay, let's see if it loads. Market adjusts after GDP growth rate revision. Interesting title. 9 people watching. All right, who do we got here? Hello, Nick. Hello, Nor. Hello, Fuzzy, Constantine, Costs, Irrational W. It's Mr. Stoned Ape. Welcome. Luke. Hello. So, guys, just so you know, keep in mind, this is an interactive show, okay? You ask me questions about things. I might answer it. I might not. Who knows what could happen? But I encourage the interaction. Here's a part of the interaction. So, in Thailand, it's very hot. And if you forget to put on the air conditioner, it's difficult to survive. And I forgot to put on the air cons. Let me do that here. You can see me standing. This is me standing. Hello. All right, we've got air conditioning. Oh, and everybody got to see me standing. Could you look at the link, please, on the public vid? I don't know what that means. Could you look at the link, please? All right, I'm going to shrink myself. You guys don't care about my face. We've got a lot to talk about today. Gold is crashing. The US dollar was skyrocketing. It recently just peaked. I swapped some of my money to a couple other currencies in anticipation of that. Let's see where it's going to go next. We're going to talk. If you're interested in US dollar, if you're interested in gold, if you're interested in Bitcoin, S&P 500, we're going to be talking about all that stuff today. Keep watching and feel free to comment. He means chain link. Can you look at link, please, on the public vid? Maybe. We'll see. Maybe. If we have time, I'll look at it. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. Okay. Let's go through what's going on with market sentiment. What happened in the news. And look at also open interest going into tomorrow. So investor sentiment, look at this. 27%, 28% only bullish. 41% bearish. You know what that means? That's not a good sign for bears. And it's also why I closed a lot of my short positions yesterday. So this makes sense. Why, you know, the market's bouncing here. Because look at, too many people are bearish now. Too many, 41%. That's a lot. And we have almost no bulls. So it's time for the market to turn around. We've got to destroy the bears. So something to keep in mind as we go through this show. Let's go to Forex Factory. What was the news that came out? Where's my little calendar? More. Okay, we had FOMC stuff, GDP, 2.1% versus 2.2. Unemployment claims basically in line. This is a big one, big change. 1.7 instead of 2. This came in line. Pending home sales. Wow, this is a big one. Negative 7% pending home sales compared to 1.1%. Wow, that's a big drop. Huge change. Huh. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. And then we've got, oh geez. So at 3 a.m. my time, which obviously I'm gonna be asleep for, Powell is speaking. So prepare yourselves for calamities, you know, insanity with the market at that time. He's speaking at some kind of town hall event with educators in Washington, D.C. They must need the market to turn or something. That's why he's talking. He's always a catalyst for everything. So let's go. Let us go to the charts. What is going on with this market? So gold is completely crashing. S&P hit a 9 on the Tom DeMark and bottomed out on my uptrending parallel channel. Look at this, guys. Look at what happened with S&P. See my parallel channel I've had us following? Look at how we just tagged 4240 and bounced right off it. Amazing. It actually is fascinating that this is what happened. Interesting structure here. I'm trying to see, like, did we have a 1 2 3 4 5? Like, there is a possibility, and my count could be off, but this is a possible scenario where you had wave 1, although this wave 2 retraced more than it should have. So that's the only problem here with this. Let me see something. What if there is a possibility, and this is a really sloppy 1 2 3. See, this has to be wave 3, this big wave here. It could be 1 2 3. Yeah, I don't like how this looks. This is your wave 3. This could be wave 1, and then wave 2 is very shallow, and then your wave 3 ends up like this, and then your wave 4 pulls back to here, and then your wave 5. This is a possible scenario. I'd have to spend a lot of time looking at this to see where the harmonics line up. So I'm gonna delete that. We're gonna take that with a grain of salt. It is following this parallel channel. Fascinating. We bounce off this 4240 level. Question is, where do we go next from here? Let's go to a little bit lower time frame to see if we can kind of figure that out. Major reversal right here. Very bullish signal. Like that. And where could we bounce to? Right up here to 43.75. Let's see, where does that line up with? So we have the 50 EMA up here, 4,400. And we also have, this is our downtrending RSI line. So you have that. And let's see if we apply some fibs here. 38.2 retracement is right here at 43.47. What is max pain going into tomorrow? I didn't look at that. Let's look at max pain. So 4,300 and 43.50. Let's go back. We're at 4,300. So 43.50. 40, really anywhere between 4,300 and 43.50 is max pain. 4,300 is probably max pain area, but they could go to 43.50 no problem, which would be right up here at that 38.2 level. I don't want to talk about Tom DeMark too much, Luke. There's like lots of good tutorial videos everywhere on that you can look up. It's just, you know, if you get a 7 or 8 or 9, it's a potential for a reversal. It doesn't always work. It's like any other indicator. I mean, you can look here, 7, 8, 9. I've talked about it in so many shows. Look, 7 came in, reversed. 7, 8, and 9 came in, reversed. You know, up here, 7, 8, and 9 came in, we reversed, pulled back. 7, 8, and 9 came in here, and we didn't. We bounced, but then it just continued in the other direction. It doesn't work every time, but it's something to keep in mind as a warning. So for this one, this was a really obvious play, and I closed out a lot of shorts here yesterday because of this. It was tagging the bottom of my parallel channel, and we had a 9, and there were 7 potential divergences that came in on my divergent indicator on a daily time frame. Were they confirmed? No, but that is enough of a signal for me to close a bunch of my short positions. Did I take any long trades? I did not. However, like I said, it's enough information to allow me to close a lot of my short trades. Was it enough to take longs? No, I think we're still in the red quite a bit, and the only time frame that just recently gave me a go signal is the 4-hour time frame. Everything else is kind of messy still. Yeah, exactly, Nick. Adds good confluence. Hi, Hafed. Welcome. So we're getting a nice bounce here. DXY is pulling back. The other thing was DXY hit a 9 recently, right? And I have this massive parallel channel, 7 on a 3-day. I have this massive parallel channel going all the way back years that DXY has been obeying. And we cleared the highs here, but I was expecting to see some kind of topping process happen. And you can see that we at least got a reversal of DXY. It's cooling off a little bit, still in an uptrend, but you know, it needed a pullback. So all of this makes sense. The only thing that's a bit weird is how much gold plummeted. I thought if the dollar pulls back that gold should have a bit of a bounce, but it just keeps breaking down. So the interesting thing is seeing this major breakdown in gold. I'm a bit surprised by it. I didn't think it would be this bad. So yeah, look at this dump. Boom, shoom. And in just a week, gold dropped. It's almost, you know, if it keeps dropping, it's 100 points in a week. But that's what happens when gold moves. It moves fast. I'm gonna clean up these lines, delete a bunch of stuff. I kind of feel like I'm bouncing all over the place with this stuff, guys. Let's go a little bit lower time frame. So this is the major zone that I was looking for in gold. We passed that. Okay, wait, let me just adjust this. So I would make this like my conservative. Right here, that would be, we hit that 1.618, and now we're pushing through that. The question is, do we bounce back, or do we head all the way down to 2.618 and potentially all the way down to 4.669, which is all the way down here? Question is, where are our support zones with gold, and why were we stopping? Why did we stop where we did? Well, a big zone is right in this area, right? See all these support points? That's a big one. And then we've got a secondary one right down here. And then going back down here, we've got your next level right in there. That one you can adjust a little bit like that. And then after that level, what do you get? I mean, you're pretty much down in this area down here. That's all you've got right there, which kind of lines up with our 4.669 level. 731. So you can see how these things line up a bit. I mean, 2.618 is right around this support area down here, but I prefer it on each side, kind of like that. So that's your potential support areas for gold. If these things start breaking down, I mean, this is your next one, and then after that you tumble down to 1800 and then potentially 1700. It's a very real possibility. I mean, look at just a year ago in November 2022, gold was at 1650. So no reason why it couldn't pull back further. Considering how bad gold is performing, it's surprising about, you know, how well Bitcoin is doing. 27,000. Geez, it was just, you know, wow, look at the rally in Bitcoin. It's taking off. Let me tell you, crypto breath strikes again. Where did the breath go long? Let's look at our breath signals. So the breath, look at this. This is fantastic. So something to keep in mind, and I'm sure Brian's talked about it. So here's our breath signal. 924, you got a crypto long signal. So you would have went long let's go. Let's make it accurate here. It gave a long signal at 11:30 a.m. on the 24th. So you would have went long right here, and you would still be long. Now, would you have caught the bottom? No, but you would have been long from here, holding still, and you'd be in profit now. So there, the breath strikes again. And then also on the S&P, interestingly enough, it gave a short signal on September 1st. That was its last signal on the S&P. Where were we in the S&P on September 1st? We were right here. Look at that, right with the 8. So 4,500 was your short signal on the S&P. If you took that short signal, 100% of your account or something, you'd be up massively. Now it's at 42, 46. I mean, it didn't close the short signal yet, so you're still in the trade. But that's a pretty nice profit, especially if you took it with, let me go SPXS. That's the big one that, you know, I like to use to run some of the trading accounts with. So you would have taken it here at around 1350, and you would be here now, up 15%. It's a pretty nice trade, especially if you take it with a decent size of the account. Just thought I'd point that out about the breath and how well it's doing lately. Let me go back to Bitcoin really fast. I just like keeping it up. It's just so crazy. 27,164. I mean, when Bitcoin runs, it likes to run. Let me use the Coinbase version. I'm all over the place. I want to get back to traditional stocks, and then we'll get into crypto. So where is the S&P going? Again, 4340, 4383. They're gonna have run into big resistance up here at this area. I want to see this 1 hour already broke out, so I'm kind of watching this. I think it's a bit late to take a long. Maybe if I get a pullback, I might consider one, but keep in mind that this daily chart does not look good. I don't like to long trades when the RSI is in the red zone on a daily chart. It's just not a very safe play. Even on a 3-day, it's below the VIP line. Weekly especially is broken down. I mean, this is a huge red flag to me that this weekly broke down like this. That's very bearish. So any bounces, I'm going to basically look to short. I don't really feel too bullish about this just yet. So if I can get a bounce, I'll consider jumping back in my shorts. I do want to see us break down out of this parallel channel. That's going to act as a major support until we break down. Also, the weekly 50 at EMA lined up with that point. You see how it also bounced because of that. So another thing to keep in mind. Okay, that's all I've kind of got on the S&P. Be careful with your trades. It's going to be volatile right now. You could get a brief bounce and then roll back over. The weekly is looking extremely bearish. So, but in the short term, over the next day and a half, I would say there's a much higher chance that we're going to head to the upside. Okay, so that's the S&P. Gold, you know, I touched on, it's at a support level. Makes sense that it's bouncing a little bit here. You can see on this 15-minute, it's trying to put in a bit of a bounce. I don't like how it looks on these higher time frames. On these, you can see how on the 1 hour it is moving to the other side, but like it does not look good in like a 4 hour. It is very oversold. But on a daily, it just looks like a disaster. No real turning point yet. You just had a support level hit, so we're just having like a mini bounce from that support level. But I don't see any reason why this can't continue to the downside. I mean, you basically had an M confirmation like this, right? So there's your M top, and it's pointing to some major downside all the way at around 1,700 or so. Also, there was a lot of news about Costco selling gold. Why might Costco be selling gold? That's strange. Maybe they know that it's going to go down. Who knows? I mean, we could speculate. Who really knows why they're doing it? Okay, so that's gold. US dollar, I kind of touched on. Look, it hit a 9. It's having a pullback. But if we go to these higher time frame charts, I mean, this weekly, we are hitting an 8, which in the past, it has put significant tops. So keep in mind, but at the same time, this RSI is extremely bullish. Very, very bullish. So be careful betting against the US dollar too much. I would scale out slowly. That's what I've been doing into other currencies. I would scale out just a little bit, but I wouldn't bet the farm that this is the top. Although it could be. It could be. So just keep that in mind. This would be like they took out all these stops basically up here, cleared everything, beat the highs all the way back to December 2022, hit a 9. But I really need to see a breakdown in an M with divergence on this RSI before I can get significantly short on US dollar. Still shocked by Bitcoin. Damn, absolutely crazy. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin. How far are we into this? Let me see how much time we've got left. Been talking about 20 minutes, so we've got like 10 minutes left. Let's see. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Okay, so we broke out, we retested, and now we're having the bigger breakout. So Bitcoin's been sitting down here since August, but looking, yeah, pretty bullish here on an RSI perspective, with extension target all the way up to 3,300 area. I did have this uptrending parallel channel that is going to act probably as a major resistance level up here, 2,900. But our breadth system is long. It looks like it's trying to W out here. I mean, look, even this 3-day, this breakout, nice breakout, bullish breakout. On the weekly, you look like you might run into some resistance. It doesn't look as good. But on these lower time frames, it seems great. It really does. I would be careful betting against Bitcoin here. I wouldn't, I wouldn't do anything too bearish. As much as I actually don't want Bitcoin to go up, I want it to go down. It's at least at this current moment, it's looking pretty good. It just looks like it wants to head higher. It's gonna do, its super fast move that it loves to do, or it just boom. Before you know it, it's 2,900, 29,000. Sorry, that's just what happens. And it kind of looks like that's what we're getting. Look at the volume, significant volume here compared to in the past. That's a good sign. And in the short term, maybe these are your levels. We hit 2.618. So maybe your short-term level is, yeah, probably right. Maybe we already hit it if I'm a little bit more conservative. Yeah, maybe some people front ran. That was your like top out for the short-term move, and then your next move is up here. So maybe you get a bit of a pullback and then a move higher potential. Well, we could say maybe something like this. Pull back and then push up. That's what I could see with Bitcoin. How much of a percent of move is that from this current level up to that 2,800? 6%, not bad. Well, glad to see that the breadth is at least long and capturing this move, even though it was a bit early with its entry. But cool to see. So I wish I had more to say on Bitcoin. I really don't. It's just all over the place. I've said many times, it's like trading on hard mode. This has just been up and down, liquidity grabbing on both sides. With the US dollar looking like it wants to pull back a bit, Bitcoin wanting to take off. It's not bad to be long Bitcoin here. Interesting, gold pulling back up. Yeah, I wish I had something more to say about Bitcoin for you guys, but it's just in a weird location where there's nothing clear. I do want to see a breakout on the other side of this downtrend line. I think that will provide a nice bullish case where we need a confirmation on the other side of this downtrend line. So something like this, spike up 2,800, pull back 26, and then you can get long. That would be an ideal scenario that I would like to see. Are we going to get that? I'm not sure. Bitcoin has a habit of just going straight up and straight down. And that's a very hard trade to take. It does look like it's pulling back, though. We might even close underneath this line. You have to be careful. So you know, I guess I say all of that to say that right now I'm on the sidelines with it. I wouldn't touch it. I think it's too late to take a long, too early to consider shorts, too dangerous. And I would kind of wait and see if I get a pullback, and then consider a potential long opportunity if I can, if this is a true breakout move. Okay, that's Bitcoin. Somebody asked about Link. We can look at Link. I think somebody also said Brian talked about it a lot on the show. Interesting people are talking about Link all of a sudden. I talked about Link a lot in the past. Link has a extremely solid team. I've actually worked with them on crypto projects in the past, and I think they're great, well organized, have good utility for the token, and it's just been sitting down here consolidating since May of 2022, basically a year and a half. The entry down here was at $6. Now it's like, well, you know, you're a little bit late with your entry. It is just going straight up. But if we look at this as a range, and this is your consolidation range, and you get a final breakout of that range, then your extension target on a conservative basis would be like this, up to $21. It's a nice, you know, 3x. I don't think it's like that exciting, but you know, not a bad trade. I'm sure it'll move very quickly if it breaks out. Yeah, exactly. Basically, I have the same thing. Talking about them at $20. Mine's almost 21. Long at confirmation of 844. Yeah, I want to see a breakout here, and some kind of like, you know, that's the top of the W. I'm basically seeing the same thing that Brian saw. It's not that different. But I mean, there's tons of stuff like this. I don't really see the excitement here. Something interesting that I saw is Boeing breaking down pretty hard. So that's a massive breakdown right here on a weekly chart. Absolutely terrible. So there might be losing some money here, or a lot of money. This just looks like straight down. I would not touch this. I would be very careful. I think this can go much lower, all the way down 170, maybe even lower than that. So that's another one to keep an eye on. I know I'm bouncing all over the place, guys. Do I want to talk about anything else? Blink. Let's look at Blink. I don't even know what that is. Blink USD. Blink. Oh, it's some kind of Blink charging. You mean this? I mean, I think we talked about this before. It's coming into support of its previous lows, but it can, just keep in mind that this can sit down here for a while. I mean, it sat at the lows for literally 2.5 years before it even moved at all. And then it had a nice big move, but just keep in mind that it can sit down there for a very, very long time. So you are hitting a 9 on the weekly. It does look like it's trying to reverse a bit, but nothing that sticks so far. Yeah, look at this this is a daily chart. You have an 8 that came in, and reversal that's trying to come in. A bit of a, no, you don't actually have it. But I mean, it just a month ago, 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago, it was at $7, double from here. This one I like better than Link for the odds of bouncing, and you're probably buy options and stuff like that to, you know, even increase your odds more. So it's not bad. It came into a major support level from its previous highs, tagging that zone. I think it's not a bad gamble trade a bit. That could set up nicely for some very good returns. I just don't have an exact trade on this. Okay, that's Blink. Guys, let me tell you something. Do not, if you have to do a live stream at 11 o'clock at night, do not use the sauna beforehand. It will make you tired. Oh, I don't know why I do this to myself. Okay. I wish I had more. I honestly wish I had more, guys. The market's in a weird shifting location. We're going into Friday with OPEX. There's just nothing, that's really standing out to me as like a really clear trade. So I think I'm just gonna leave it at that and take like a 3 to 4 minute break, and then on the private daily brief, I will talk about whatever specifics anybody wants to talk about, and we can get into a couple names. I'll look at a few stocks that I'm interested in, along with some crypto coins, and if anybody wants, we can go over the S&P again in greater detail. But the big benefit, I think, is joining in the private chat, where you can basically ask me any question you want, and I'll be happy to answer it. While on the public show, I can't answer as much. Okay, if you're just in the public show, consider signing up, free trial. If you're not, if you already are a member, congratulations and thank you so much. I will see you in like 3 to 5 minutes on the daily brief after party. All right, bye everybody.